There comes a moment in every person's life when the noise of the world fades just enough for a deeper question to appear, a question you've been running from, distracting yourself from, or simply ignoring because you didn't feel ready to face it. That question is simple, but devastating. What if the only reason you're not becoming who you want to be is because you keep choosing who you already are? This is the beginning of the transformation, not the glamorous transformation you see in movies. Not the overnight success story, but the internal one, the kind that Carl Jung spent his entire life describing. The kind that Napoleon Hill pointed to when he said that desire, backed by belief and action, becomes destiny. The kind that James Allen hinted at when he wrote, "You are today where your thoughts have brought you." You already know this truth. You felt it in moments when you realized you could be more but chose comfort. In moments when you knew what needed to be done but escaped into distraction. In moments when you felt a spark of ambition but extinguished it because the weight of your old identity pulled you back. This struggle is universal, but the ones who rise, the ones you admire, the ones who seem to breathe a different kind of air, they all did something terrifying. They outgrew the person they were. They allowed old versions of themselves to die so a new one could live. And this is the hardest truth you must accept. 1. You cannot become your future self while staying loyal to your past self. You can't rise and stay grounded in the same place. You can't grow while clinging to what hurts you. You can't transform while preserving the identity that has been keeping you small. Your life is shaped by the identity you protect. Carl Jung wrote that what you resist persists. Because resistance is a form of attachment, by resisting growth, you choose stagnation. By resisting change, you choose the comfort of a prison cell. If you want to transform your life, you must confront the truth that most people never dare to face. Your future demands a sacrifice, and the sacrifice is you. Not your dreams, not your relationships, not your opportunities, but your old identity, the insecure version of you. The lazy version of you, the scared version of you, the version that keeps promises to others but not to yourself, the version that has ideas but doesn't act, the version that knows what is right but chooses what is easy. That version must go, not because it is bad, but because it cannot take you where you want to go. 2. Your progress is limited by the story you keep telling yourself. You say you want to succeed, but do you believe you deserve it? You say you want to change, but do you believe you can? Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying the world's most successful people. He found the same pattern in all of them. They carried an inner certainty that their lives could expand beyond their circumstances. They didn't believe because they were successful. They became successful because they believed. Your life expands or contracts based on your perception of yourself. If deep down you believe you are someone who always tries, you will never become someone who does. If deep down you believe you are unlucky, your mind will filter out opportunity and reveal only obstacles. If deep down you believe you are unworthy, no achievement will ever satisfy you, because you were never fighting the world. You were fighting your own reflection. Your story is not just a story. It is a blueprint. It is a script. It is destiny until you rewrite it. 3. Change is not an event. It's a confrontation. People believe change happens when motivation strikes. But genuine, lasting change begins with a confrontation with the truth you've avoided. You are responsible, not fully responsible for every experience, but fully responsible for your reactions, your decisions, your habits, and ultimately the life those habits create. Responsibility is uncomfortable. It is easier to blame circumstances, childhood, society, timing, or luck. Easier to say I can't than I won't. Easier to claim you re-waiting for the right moment than admit you re-afraid to start. Carl Jung once said, "We don't get enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." Meaning, you do not grow by dreaming about the person you want to be. You grow by facing the darkness inside you. The fears, the flaws, the insecurities, the excuses. When you bring them into the light, they lose their power, and you gain yours. 4. You are not behind, you are simply not aligned. You keep thinking you're late, that you should have figured things out earlier, that everyone your age is ahead of you. But success is not measured in time. It is measured in alignment. The moment your habits align with your goals, your environment aligns with your ambition, and your identity aligns with your future, everything accelerates. Momentum comes from alignment, not age. Clarity comes from alignment, not pressure. Confidence comes from alignment, not comparison. You are not behind. You are simply misaligned. And alignment starts the moment you decide to stop living as the person you no longer want to be. 5. Success requires solitude, not validation. Everyone wants to grow, but few are willing to grow alone, because the path of transformation is not crowded. It is not glamorous. It is not supported by applause. It is silent, uncomfortable, uncertain. You may lose friends who liked you better when you were average. You may lose comfort that allowed you to feel safe. You may lose relationships that depended on your weakness. This is the cost of growth. Napoleon Hill warned that the greatest enemy of success is the need for approval. When you chase validation, you abandon your individuality. When you chase acceptance, you betray your potential. Your future self cannot be born if you are still addicted to the opinions of those who never grew beyond their own limitations. Sometimes you must break away to break through. 6. Discipline is not punishment. It is self-respect. The world has convinced you that discipline is restrictive, that it limits your freedom, that it's a burden. But discipline is the purest form of self. It is the recognition that the future version of you deserves a life that your current weaknesses cannot create. Waking up early is not punishment. It is a vote for your future. Choosing the harder path is not suffering. It is strategy. Turning away from distraction is not sacrifice. It is liberation. The moment discipline stops feeling like punishment, success stops feeling out of reach. 7. Your environment is shaping you more than your ambition is. You cannot stay in the same environment, with the same people, with the same habits, and expect to become a different person. Your environment is not neutral. It is influencing you every minute. If you surround yourself with people who complain, you will feel wrong for being ambitious. If you surround yourself with people who settle, you will feel dramatic for wanting more. If you surround yourself with people who fear change, you will feel guilty for growing. Transformation requires courage, and courage is contagious. Find people who live in possibility, and your vision will expand. Find people who live in limitations, and your vision will shrink. Your life reflects the standards of your environment. Raise the environment, and your life rises with it. 8. The life you want is on the other side of a decision you keep postponing. You've been waiting, thinking, planning, preparing, that deep down, you already know the decision you need to make. Maybe it's leaving something behind. Maybe it's starting something new. Maybe it's choosing yourself for the first time. Maybe it's acting on a dream that scares you. Napoleon Hill wrote that indecision is the greatest thief of opportunity. The longer you wait, the more courage drains out of you. The moment you decide, truly decide, the universe begins to rearrange in your favor. Life becomes lighter, clearer, sharper. Because clarity doesn't come before action. Clarity comes because of action. 9. Becoming your highest self will feel like breaking up with who you used to be. Growth feels like loss before it feels like gain. You lose habits. You lose excuses. You lose patterns. You lose comfort. You lose identities that once felt like home. But you gain discipline, confidence, clarity, self-respect, purpose, and the quiet pride of knowing that you are building a life deliberately, not accidentally. The hardest part of transformation is grieving the person you no longer want to be. But once you let go, you become unstoppable. 10. Your future self is real and waiting. Imagine the strongest, most disciplined, most focused version of you. The version with the habits you admire, the confidence you crave, the mindset you envy in others. That version of you is not a fantasy. It is a frequency. A level, a potential waiting for alignment. Every decision you make either pulls you closer to that self or pushes you further away. And one day, whether it's months from now or years from now, you will meet them. You will either be proud of that moment or regret it. The transformation begins now. Not tomorrow. Not when you're ready. Not when life calms down. Not when motivation returns. It begins the moment you stop choosing your old self. When you break your own pattern, when you step outside the script you've been repeating for years, when you decide that the discomfort of growth is less painful than the suffering of staying the same. This is the moment, right now, the moment where your old life ends and your new life begins. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are becoming you.